Let's take a look at the Evansville, Indiana real estate market update for June of 2026. Hey, I'm Trae Dauby with Dauby Real Estate. A few days ago, I recorded and posted our Southwest Indiana real estate market update, and I promised you I'd come at you with more local content around Evansville and the other surrounding towns. We posted one on Newburgh. Today, we're focusing on Evansville, Indiana, though. So let's dive into numbers, see what this means for you as an Evansville homeowner or somebody that's thinking about buying in Evansville. So currently, there are 362 homes for sale right now. And when we look back over the last 6 months, there's been 1,169 homes that have sold. So that means we are currently at a 1.9 month supply of homes for sale right now. What does that mean? What that means is if no other homes were to hit the market over the next 2 months, every home would essentially be sold and there would be no inventory. Now we know that's not reality because some homes are overpriced and some homes aren't in great condition. So those homes ultimately would just remain on the market. But taking a look at 1.9 month supply, that means we're in a fairly strong seller's market because between 5 and 7 months supply is considered a normal or balanced market. Above 7 months means it is a buyer's market. Below 5 months means it is a seller's market. And 1.9 months means it is more of a seller's market today. So of those 1,169 homes that sold over the last 6 months, they averaged just 43 days on market. That is a fairly quick sales time historically when you look at the life cycle of home sales. Now, if you look at it comparing to 2020 and 2021, it is taking longer, but we're not in near the craze that we experienced then, which is a good thing. Because during those times, we saw homes selling in less than a week. We saw multiple offers. We saw buyers backing out of deals. We saw homes appreciating 13% one year, 9% the next year, and that's just not sustainable long term. So we are in more of a normal market, but a strong seller's market still. So whenever we're looking at those homes that have sold over the last 6 months, what we're seeing is that on average, the average list price, initial list price is $244,950. But those homes on average had to do a 2.2% price drop to get the home sold. And so whenever they finally get an offer on their house, they average a list price of $239,465 and then them finally selling at $235,522. Sellers are having to negotiate a bit, but getting 98% of their final list price means it is still a fairly strong seller's market. But if we look at those 362 homes that are currently active for sale, the average list price is $296,845, and those homes on average are sitting on the market for 73 days. So just looking at the data, we know that you still have to price the home right in order to get it sold and to get it sold in a reasonable amount of time. Now that we've taken a look at the overall Evansville market, let's look at it in some price brackets. Currently in Evansville, for homes that are priced under $200,000, we currently have 158 homes that are actively for sale and 147 homes that are pending, meaning they've accepted an offer and they're under contract, and 533 that have sold in the last 6 months. Of those 533 that have sold, they are averaging 37 days on market and they're getting 96.9% of their final list price. So they have to negotiate down about 3.1%. And looking at those homes under 200,000, we're at a 1.8 months supply of homes. So again, it is a strong seller's market under the $200,000 price point. Now, taking a look at the price points between $200,000 and $500,000, we have a similar number of homes for sale at 167 properties for sale and 130 that are currently under contract and pending. And in the last 6 months, we've had 584 homes that have sold, averaging 46 days on market. Now, they're getting 99% of list price. So between the $200,000 and $500,000 range, there's not as much negotiating room as there is below the $200,000 mark or above the $500,000 mark, and there is just 1.7 month supply at this price point. Now, when we get above $500,000 or $500,000, we have 37 homes that are for sale here in Evansville, and we have 12 that are pending. In the last 6 months, we have seen 52 properties sell. Those homes have averaged 72 days on market, so it's taking longer to sell once you get above that $500,000 mark, and they're getting 97.9% of their final list price. So again, have to negotiate down about 2.1% of their final list price. What's very clear when we look at it in price brackets is when it gets above $400,000, the homes are sitting on the market a little bit longer. They're having to negotiate a little bit more on price. And on average, there's 4 months supply of homes once you get above that $400,000 price point. So it's good to look at these price brackets, but it also depends on what part of town are you in. Are you in the north side? Are you on the south side, west side, east side? That all plays a role into it. How old is your property? What type of condition is it in? How much land is it on? So everything is a very unique situation. So if you have questions about a property that you're thinking about selling, or if you're just curious about your property, or if you're thinking about buying, feel free to reach out to us, because again, it is very specific to each individual situation and the condition of the property. But reach out to us at daubyrealestate.com, or give us a call at 812-777-4611. Again, I'm Trae Dauby with Dauby Real Estate. Happy to help any way we can.